Trauma is like a shadow. It follows you in ways you might not even notice. It's unique for everyone, showing up differently depending on what someone's been through. When you're around someone who's faced tough times, you might sense something off, but it's tricky to figure out exactly what's going on in this video. We're unpacking 9 common things people with trauma do, behaviors that might confuse you at first, but once you understand them, they hit you right in the heart. Maybe you've seen these in yourself or someone you care about. Stick around because this could shed some light on those quiet struggles. And trust me, you won't want to miss a single one. All right, let's get into it. Here are 9 ways trauma can show up in everyday life. Number 1, they're uncomfortable around people. Even met someone who seems jittery in a crowd or freezes up when the phone rings. For people with trauma, social situations can feel like walking through a storm. Psychotherapist Katie Gillis points out that if you grew up in a chaotic home, always on edge, never knowing what's next, that tension sticks with you. Simple things like a surprise visitor or a packed room can spark stress, especially if they can't brace themselves for it. Why? Because past moments of being hurt or exposed can echo in their mind, making them dodge anything that feels too close to those old wounds. It's tough. It can shrink their world and make friendships feel like a battlefield. Number 2, they shut down or isolate. Life throws curveballs, right for someone with trauma. Those unexpected twists can hit hard. One way they cope, they check out. Maybe they go silent in a group, slip away to the bathroom, or just stare at their phone to escape. Katie Gillis explains this is about control. When the world feels unpredictable, pulling back gives them a breather. Triggers vary. Loud voices, a familiar face, even a smell can send them reeling. Some plan every step of their day to avoid surprises, scoping out exits like they're in a spy movie. But even with all that prep, one wrong move can leave them retreating inside themselves. Number 3, they lean on compulsions. Trauma can push people toward habits they can't shake. The Chicago Behavioral Hospital notes that this might look like drinking too much or leaning on drugs. But it's not always that obvious. Overeating, scrolling endlessly, or keeping everyone at arm's length, those count too. Katie Gillis shares an example. Some folks need a buffer zone, physically distancing themselves from others because closeness feels risky. These compulsions are like a shield, numbing the pain or keeping it from sneaking up the catch. They constrain relationships, turning love into a push-a-pull mess, as experts from the Australian Journal of General Practice have found. Number 4, they feel it in their body. Here's something wild. Trauma doesn't just mess with your head, it hits your body too. A Psychology Today article breaks it down. You might look worn out, pale, or restless, sleep's a struggle, aches pop up out of nowhere, and stress can even dim your spark in the bedroom. The Lake Behavioral Hospital digs deeper, saying PTSD can tweak your brain's wiring, messing with metabolism and neurotransmitters. So when life gets heavy, those physical signs flare up, making it twice as hard to keep going. It's like your body screaming what your mind's too tired to say. 5, they apologize all the time. Have you ever talked to someone who says sorry for everything? Even stuff they didn't do? That's common with trauma. APS Observer calls it a hallmark of someone who's been through the ringer. Katie Gillis ties it to growing up in a harsh, blame-heavy world where every mistake felt like a disaster. They're not just being polite, they're scared of rejection or anger. Even if you'd never lash out, it's heartbreaking to watch because behind every sorry is someone bracing for a blow that might never come. 6, they have emotional outbursts. Trauma can turn emotions into a roller coaster. The Lake Behavioral Hospital explains how changes in brain areas like the amygdala, the emotion hub, can shorten their fuse. A loud noise, a sharp word, and bam, they're flustered or snapping. Mood swings can flip fast from high to low, especially when something reminds them of the past. The Australian Journal of General Practice adds that this can shake up relationships, loving someone one minute, pushing them away the next. It's not them being dramatic, it's their brain trying to make sense of chaos. 7, they disassociate. Ever feel like you're watching your life through a foggy window? That's dissociation, a mental exit ramp for people with trauma. Dr. Lori Lauren from Psych Central calls it a freeze response, like an animal playing dead to survive. It kicks in when they can't run or fight, like during a tense moment they can't escape. But here's the kicker. Everyday triggers like a certain song or a stranger's stare can flip that switch too. Snapping back to reality, that's the hard part. It's a shield, but it leaves them floating outside their own life. 8. They're always on high alert. Picture this. Someone scanning the room, tense, like they're waiting for trouble. That's hypervigilance, and it's exhausting. Trauma can wire you to expect danger around every corner. Your heart races, your eyes dart, even when everything's fine. Studies show it's tied to that old survival instinct kicking into overdrive. They might jump at a slam door or triple-check the locks. It's not paranoia, it's their mind refusing to let its guard down. And it wears them out day after day. 9. They avoid anything that reminds them. Last one, avoidance. People with trauma might steer clear of places, people, even hobbies that tug at those buried memories. Think of it like dodging a ghost. Anything that smells, sounds, or feels like the past gets a hard pass. The Australian Journal of General Practice says this can shrink their world, cutting them off from things they once loved. It's not laziness or disinterest, it's self-protection. But over time, that bubble gets smaller, and life starts feeling like a tightrope. Walk. Trauma is a heavy load, and it shows up in ways that can leave us, or the people we love, feeling lost. But here's the thing. Recognizing these signs is the first step to understanding and maybe even healing. If any of this hit home for you or someone you know, don't go it alone. Reach out to a mental health pro who can help unpack it all. They've got the tools to turn that storm into something manageable. Love this video, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs it, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Oh, and if you haven't already, subscribe and smack that bell so you don't miss what's next.